Buying a home becoming less of a reality for North Texans.
Remember this, you're going to marry the house, but you're potentially going to be dating the rate.
As purchasing power shrinks, we talked to a local real estate expert about the reason why he says he is still optimistic. Wall Street reacting this morning, most indices in the red as investors brace for another Fed rate hike that could be happening. All this to try to cool inflation that has now hit another 40-year high at 9.1%. But all of that is impacting home purchase contracts. Nearly 15% of all home contracts fell through last month. That's the highest that percentage has been since March of 2020 when the pandemic started. All this according to real estate brokerage firm Redfin. Many buyers walking away because they didn't lock their mortgage rates before they started to rise. I spoke with Cliff Freeman, real estate expert based in Prosper, who says North Texas is a hot place for these deals to fall through right now, whether a potential buyer is backing out or just getting priced out, and says most of these busted deals are coming from new builds.
What's happened, Laura, in the last really 7 months is we've seen people who were buying houses at, say, a $300,000 level are now only able to afford homes that are 20% less than that.
Okay, that's the reality of the situation, but it's not all bad news. He says he doesn't see this being anything like the catastrophic collapse of the housing market in 2008. As a matter of fact, he lends this.
In my 35 years in the business, I've seen markets where we had rates as high as 12, 14%, and sellers were having to buy rates down just to get buyers to qualify. There's a whole generation or two here that thinks that 5 or 6% is an outrageous interest rate. And I must tell you that, historically, rates are still very, very, very good.
Freeman says for those looking to buy, get with a lending professional now. They can tell you exactly how much you can afford with rates right now. If you find something you like and in your price range, lock a rate right now. They're likely just to continue to rise. And remember, rates are still considered low, as you just heard him say there. So if you can afford to stay in the hunt, he says it will be best in the long run, considering that rent is rising too.
And what was his analogy, Laura? You marry the house, but you
date your rate.
You date your rate. So does that mean you can break up with the rate when it's